So here I am at the start of my journey. I'm here in Sri Lanka. I arrived this morning. I'm going to be touring around Southern Asia these next 4 weeks, seeking out some of the region's most sustainable, most distinctive and unique golf courses. I'm going to be traveling to 7 countries, obviously starting here in Sri Lanka. I move up to India, then across into Malaysia, down into Indonesia, up into Myanmar, across into Vietnam, and then finishing Cambodia. So I'm looking forward to this. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot of wonderful golf courses to visit, wonderful places. I was asked why I'm doing this trip, and I suppose there's 2 answers to that. One, as a golf architect, I need inspiration, and certainly I get inspiration from golf courses that are distinct and unique, somewhat different, I suppose. I've seen a lot of golf courses around the world, and those are typically the ones that give me a lot of inspiration. But also landscapes. I mean, different landscapes give me a lot of inspiration as well. So this trip I'm going to be seeing a lot of different landscapes. I'm going to be visiting a lot of different places. And this trip also gives me the opportunity to highlight some of the key issues I think affecting the game now and into the future. And I'll be talking about those with particular reference to design, redesign, construction and maintenance. So follow me, interact with me. All my social media details are below. Yeah, I'll see you on the road. Out in Southern Asia, you're pretty much guaranteed great fruit. And it's certainly no different here in Sri Lanka. The pineapple here in particular, I remember being fantastic. But I'm thinking about mangoes and guava and papaya. Really fantastic stuff. And as you drive around, you'll see all these kind of fruit stores. I suppose people are just growing fruit in their backyard, and when they ripen, they're out for sale, and they're really good. So I've got my driver here picking me up some bananas and some pineapple, and we'll munch that on the way to Victoria. I think we're about 1 hour out. Alright, so I'm here at the Victoria Golf Club with the golf course superintendent Rashika, who's been here for a year. Rashika, just a few questions for you.
Yeah.
Let me just zoom out a bit. The grass, as I can see it, is mostly cow grass.
Yes.
That there wasn't the case to
Yes.
begin with.
Initially, the fairways were all established with Bermuda variety called Santana, but later on, with the maintenance being less and other grasses coming in, the cow grass had mostly overtaken the Santana varieties. But you can see in between the Santana grass also. So we try to promote the growth of the Santana But anyway, the cowgrass is more like it's more aggressive than the Santana Bermuda, so it overcomes the Santana Bermuda variety.
It's very hard to
Yeah.
manage. I mean, you know, the car grass is the native grass. I mean, that's the grass that Worcester
Yes.
grows here. So
Yeah.
you know, it's going to be very hard to Worcester try and manage.
Yes, and the other
the
thing is we have to
non-native.
keep the other weeds free, the fairways, and there are other wild varieties come in. You have to take it out and keep it maintained. So it's a lot of labor intensive to keep it running that way.
Sure. Now your greens are Tiftdorf,
Yes.
and of course you have the car grass now encroaching on the greens. Let me just show. I don't know how easy it is to see, but the car grass kind of reminds me a bit of the Witsit Kikuyu grass that I'm kind of used to back out in Witsit Africa. I mean, how do you manage it?
Yeah, what we do is we cut the circles around the greens, and we take out the cowgrass which is coming into the greens, and we treat it with putting sand around the green edges. Other than that, we have started growing the collar with Tiftdorf. So there will be an edge about 3 feet that is made of Tiftdorf, and it is like a buffer zone.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So when you go around, you can see some of the greens that we have already undertaken.
Okay, so right now you are managing the Witsit green edges every
Once in 2 months, once in 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Thank
try to keep the growth controlled without going into the ground.
So here we are at the end of the day here at the Victoria Golf and Country Club, just outside of the city of Kandy, in the highlands of Sri Lanka. This is a remarkably beautiful place. I'm surrounded by mountains, and nature parks, and wildlife. I've seen monkeys out there, I've seen deer, I've seen a lot of birds. It's just absolutely spectacular. It's got a lot of sense of place here, you know, and I felt that it was going to be spectacular probably 25 minutes out. You know, you're driving through these mountain passes and rock formations. It's pretty spectacular, and I suppose if anything you're somewhat skeptical as to whether it's even possible to put 18 holes out here given the severity of the land. But Martin Ebert, the designer, has done a remarkably good job, I feel, routing some truly distinctive and remarkable golf holes. I feel that he's certainly unlocked the land. His routings unlocked the land, and golfers are taken on a real adventure, a real journey. Taken to some of the most spectacular, spots on this land. I mean, some of the most spectacular views I've seen on any golf course, really. And there's a lot of existing features on site that he's utilized within the design, versus get rid of it or building some man-made feature. He's utilized the existing features, the wonderful trees. You can see one large tree behind me in the distance, but there's a ton of beautiful trees and rock formations, and, as I said, big rolls, and he's utilized that within the design, and it certainly gives the golf course a real identity, and it's characterful, and it's really fun. It's really fun, and it's very minimalistic. He hasn't moved a ton of earth. He certainly could have, but then that would have certainly destroyed the identity. And I think there's only 11 bunkers out there. So much of the play is dictated by the existing features and by the topography. That's the way it should be, really. So I've had fun. I'm going to upload a bunch of pictures. I've got a lot more to talk about. Interact with me. Follow me on my social media handles. I'm off to see Noelia tomorrow. which is, I believe, the highest golf course in Sri Lanka. It's even higher than this one. It's in the mountains, it's close to the tea gardens. I'm looking forward to that one. But I'm looking forward to writing a bit more tonight about this golf course and talking about it a lot more also. So it's onwards and upwards for me, and I'll see you tomorrow.